Hey friends, good morning and happy whatever day it is that this video is going up. Here's the deal. I went out of town this weekend to go to Disney World, which if you have not seen that vlog, I will leave it up above. I left John a camera and I said, you know, sit down and talk about something that's on your heart. Sit down and talk about something that you would not talk about with me sitting next to you. And the video you're about to watch is exactly that. It's really hard for me to talk about because he's my husband and I love him very much. And it's actually even harder for me to post this video because I know the stigma, as well as he does, that is attached to men talking about their feelings and talking about certain mental illnesses and talking about things like that. I know the stigma that's attached to it. I have people in my life who don't understand. I have strangers who don't understand, and then there's a huge group of people who do and who accept us for exactly how we are and know that we're not crazy and that we're not totally. There's people who know our guts and there's people who know us deep down and know there's really good reasons why we talk about mental health. Great ones. And I'm so proud of my husband for sitting down and talking to you guys about things that ultimately have affected him his entire life. And there's reasons that he is the way that he is. He's compassionate, he's self-aware, he's intelligent, he is strong, he is an amazing man, and I'm lucky to have him, and I'm so unbelievably blessed to be married to someone like him. So I am going to present this video to you on the internet in hopes that it will help someone. We have lost people to suicide from depression. I will leave the suicide hotline number across the screen. Please, if you ever feel like you need help or you need somebody to talk to or to get you through that hard moment, please know there are people who love you, the world needs you, and I will let you guys watch this video and take away from it what you will. Don't be scared to talk about mental health. Never. The more we talk about it, the more aware people are and the more change and good that comes from it. So here you go. And just know, if you're not nice about my man, like, yes, he may share some weak moments with you guys and be, you know, a little bit vulnerable here, but never get it twisted. He's 6'4" and he can lift over 400 pounds. He'll mess you up, so.
Good morning, friends. You know, I know that wasn't the usual energetic good morning, but I want to talk to you about a serious matter. Something that I feel needs to be addressed because, you know, it's something that hits close to home. I've seen it firsthand in my family, myself, with friends, and I'm sure you have too. And it's not an easy subject to talk about. It's something that, for men especially, you're kind of seen as weak for talking about it. You're seen as being soft and not wanting to, basically you're not being masculine, and unfortunately with how our society is, that is frowned upon. So today we're going to talk about depression, how it affects me, how it has affected people close to me, and how it affects people every single day. So please, you know, I know you tune in for Lauren's energetic videos and things like that, but every once in a while I want to bring you a serious one. So, here we go. For me, my depression manifests itself, I would say it's something I deal with at least probably once a month. Things just keep building up and up and up and up and up, and then finally I feel helpless. I have nowhere to turn. So you could say that my depression is triggered by anxiety. It's not a pretty thing. Tried to elope myself from situations. I have been, and it's something I've struggled with for all my life. I've been on many medicines, and I hate the way they make me feel. I like to live life with emotion. The feelings of happiness. I don't want to feel like a zombie in my own body where I can't react to things. I don't want to just go through life coasting. And that's what I feel like antidepressants and things like that I've been on do to me. So I make a conscious choice not to take those kind of medicines. Now, I do try natural remedies like CBD, things like that, and they do take enough of the edge off as far as anxiety goes that I can fight the feelings I have inside. Let's just be honest. I want to be open with you. I've been hospitalized for it. As the sun comes out there and you'll see the camera adjust, but I have been hospitalized for being depressed, threatening suicide, which is never okay. It is not a thing that should be taken lightly. A lot of that has changed since I have had a child, other things to focus on. But I do feel for men, being a sole provider for your family is tough. It is not an easy thing. And I feel like that could also be why we see a higher suicide rate in men, as well as that stigma of not being free to talk about your feelings. And hopefully I can be an advocate for that and change things. I would love to see where men can talk about their feelings and not be cast aside or seen as a castaway for doing so. My wife has documented how she struggles with anxiety or how she struggles with certain things, and that's not... All right, we were getting a lot of sun back there, so sorry about that. But my wife has documented her struggles with anxiety, and we seem like a happy couple all the time, and don't get me wrong, there are more happy moments than sad, but we both deal with each other's depression. I mean, sometimes it's her depression with certain issues, and sometimes it's mine. But, it's something we have to work on together and get through, and we have been. We've been doing really well. I apologize for the sun if you keep seeing that shifting in and out, but I just would love to see society change the way we approach mental health. It's almost looked at as almost like a plague if you admit to having a mental issue. It should not be that way. It should be, let's get them help. Let's help them. We see it with our military. When they come home, the suicide rate for them is even higher. And that's something that should not be. We should be doing all we can to get them the help that they need also. Sorry to ramble on, but what I want to really focus on is men and mental health and things we can do to try to help that. So, step one, and something I want to institute in my life, is be more open with my feelings. Stop bottling them up. Stop trying to overcome them internally. Because all that leads is to a powder keg that finally just explodes. And it explodes in many different forms, whether that's anger, an anxiety attack, full-blown just depression. It's not an easy thing. It's definitely something that I need to work on myself. I know I have my family support behind me in that aspect. Number two is help others with the same depression. How I deal, if I'm having those feelings, what I try to do is put a smile on somebody else's face. I love to see people laughing, smiling, just having a good time. No matter how I feel inside, it always brings me some kind of joy to see that. Number three, realize what you have. Recently, there's been a few people I know that have taken their own life, and I don't think they realize the blessings in life that they have. In that moment, in those few sad few moments, you don't rationalize and contemplate what you're doing and how it affects everyone else around you. All you try to do is get rid of the pain that you're feeling, and that, I'm telling you, if you feel that way, stop. Take a few moments, take a step back out of that situation, and just realize what's going on. You're having a sad few moments. It's not a permanent thing. We have to, and this is a tough one because it has affected people I know recently. If you're feeling suicidal or you're having those thoughts, please take a step back, try to rationalize, think about what you have. Because it's not as bad as you think. It's a sad few moments that can change any lives. People with children, their children have to live with that. You have people that are still left behind after you're gone, that have to live with these issues, like what could they have done, what could they have changed, how could they have helped, and it brings a feeling of guilt to them. You can change the world by being here, so please, if you need somebody to talk to, please reach out to someone. Don't let a bad 10 minutes ruin everything that you have worked so hard for. It is not worth it at all. Number 4, be more positive. Definitely something I work on every single day, even in my own life, whether at work, and I don't always do a great job. Let's be honest. You're not always going to be just a positive, happy, go lucky person, but it is an integral part of healing that depression and making yourself in a better mental state. It's not, nothing temporary is going to change how you feel permanently, and it shouldn't. And that's what you need to come to a realization with. And I do the same thing. I get so focused in one moment that anger boils over, feeling sorry for myself, and that just needs to stop. There's no reason for it. We just have to get out of that situation. And finally, number 5, talk with your family, talk with your friends. You may not always notice signs of someone struggling with depression or having a mental breakdown, but be there for them. Just check on them, talk to them. If you notice the issues, let them know it's going to be okay. They have family, they have friends, they have a positive network there to back them up. And I think those are 5 key important things to either help people with depression or to fight your own. And it's a battle we can win. It's not a permanent state of mind. We just have to find our happy place. And Ella has helped bring that into perspective for me. Can't tell you how quickly I want to get home just to see her, hang out with her, be around her, and the joy she brings me. She is one of the most lovable children I have ever been around. It makes me a proud dad. You can say autism this, you could say autism that, you could say whatever you want, but she's a special little girl. She will change the world. And she has mine. And, I would love to use that platform with her to change the stigma of how people look at autism also. I know this is a depression, but I'm going to roll autism into this too. Many people, when I tell them my daughter was diagnosed with autism, if they haven't worked with it or haven't met her or what autism is, they say how horrible it is or how it's a horrible disease. No, cancer is a horrible disease. Autism, yes, she's a little different from a normal functioning adult. A normal, and I use that in quotations, functioning child. But she loves, she feels, she has emotions. Can she always express those emotions? No. But she has definitely changed my perspective of the world with struggles and tying it back in with depression. I see the struggle she goes through every day, and that changes it for me. She's a warrior, for lack of a better term. Simple tasks that seem mundane and easy to us, she struggles with, but she finds a way to master those. So at this point, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you guys go. Friends, subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time.